This is mutabaruka. We want to present to you a wholesome kind of level of consciousness right now. So subscribe and tell your friend them. This is mutabaruka.
You know, I want to play this. I want to play this, you know, I want to play it. Here we go.
Let's begin from the 16th century. That's when France became interested in Africa. The reason was slaves. The French were the third biggest slave traders. They took around 1.3 million Africans to their colonies in the Americas. Around 200,000 people never made it. They perished at sea. As the slave trade developed, France needed ports. They got one in 1659 here in St. Louis in Senegal. For a long time, French interests were limited to coastal Africa. The interiors were untouched. But in the 19th century, that changed. There were two reasons for that. One was the domestic rivalry back home. The European powers were already competing with each other. Africa became a new theatre.
But you must watch, you know. This is a serious thing. It not reach a Senegal yet, you know. You remember, say Senegal is one of the most, what would I call, up to date. It's like them prized position in West Africa. Senegal, one of the French colonies, them. Hey, what up, Richard? Anyway, we are talking about Gabon, the latest school in Africa. And based upon the picture them we are look on, it look like the people them take for the street in joy and happiness. Them feel say them free now because of a family that govern the country for the past 50 years. Them feel say it's time for a change, and you know, cool is a regular thing in Africa. Yes, cool. Them no like wait for vote. If I have a terrible man where them feel like say him now around the thing, them now wait for 5 years to get him out. Them just say, watch a man. Them just get up one day and all of a sudden them just overtake the palace and the parliament and just lock up everybody in the government and just take over the country. I saw them man they run them thing the other day in the other country there. I think Sudan. The army who take over the country, and next side of the army run a coup, and the next side of the army will take over the country and take over the country. So it's from one army set to the next army set. The man they not interested in about the 5 years. 5 years do the thing where them not like, them just say, watch out. Can't wait 5 years business, you know. And furthermore, when the time them see a vote and the vote not go for them way, them say, watch out now. The vote you never go the right way, you know. You say you know, we are going to call it null and void and just take over the country. I saw them do it. And them claim democracy too, you know. Yeah, man, even though them are cool the place, them are claim say it's democracy. Africa can't work off of democracy, you know. It not seeping and soaking in African yet for really talk about democracy. Because when you look on, even though people say democracy is the best form of government, when you look on democracy in the country, they claim democracy, you know, are the most corrupt country them and poverty-stricken country them. And if you know, believe me, look on America. The richest people them in America. But when you look, them have the most, almost 20 million people they're on the streets in America, you know. That are 4, 5, 20. That are 4 times, let me say 3 sevens, almost 7 times the population of Jamaica. You ever hear about a place named Skid Row? Skid Row in California, Los Angeles. When you look on the road, you know, all which part of them have the star them with the star them on Hollywood Boulevard there. Right down when you go real down on the bottom of Hollywood Boulevard, you see people just lay down on the ground. Pure druggies them. Them just step on the road. Who not have tent, have some little tarpaulins, catch up. The most druggies you ever see in a Los Angeles we are talking about. This is the first world country. And when you look on the road and see people who is drugged out with every kind of drug that you can think of. Them drugged out. As a matter of fact, it starts to attract tourists now. The place there, right in the heart of Los Angeles. It attract tourists now because tourists hear about this Skid Row place. They want to find out, is this really the America where they hear about? Is this, you know, said in Switzerland, they have a place named Needle Park. I mean, I talk about it like I hear about it. Me go there, go see it. I mean, talk about it years ago to that. I carry my daughter up on tour with me. I tell her about this place and she said, no go so. And we tell the driver, I said, driver, drive past Needle Park. Needle Park in Switzerland is a place where the government of the park, they say, drug inflicted people who want to take drugs must go into that park and don't come out of the boundary of the park. And them supply the people them with needle in the park. You can't come out of the park. So when you pass there, you know, brethren and sisters, I tell you, no, it's not a lovely sight, you know. I mean, man, I take needle and push up all of them foot. Man tie things on them hand and I push up needle. Them call it Needle Park. I don't know if them still have it. But according to them, it helped to lower the drug rate in Switzerland. Yeah, that is what them I say. It helped to lower the rate. But man, me I tell you, the new Needle, not even Needle Park, no, Needle Town, is in Los Angeles, man. I mean, it's mind-boggling. You see people all stand up and catch, you know, like zombie. It's like a zombie area, like we have seen, you know, Gone Up the Dead or one of them show there. It's like that you look upon when you see them people in live. You see man just a lean, a walk and a lean sideways and have needles stick up in them and people just dead there. Meanwhile, round Malibu, same California, the most expensive house them you can ever find in the world. You see Jay-Z and Beyonce, them just buy one of the most expensive house in the world. May I tell you? It's expensive till it can't expensive no more. When you look at Malibu, you'd have never know, say, if you drive a little distance, you'd have see where you see in the center of Los Angeles. The reason why I say that is that people come down from Africa all the while. So when they hear about all a coup now, they must say the government, see it there, African can't govern themselves, you know, but you must understand why is it that so much coup take place in Africa continuously? And what is the cause of the coup them? You think it is just, it's like a coincidence that all of the coup them that we see from the year start is in French colonies, and the coup that we see happen in Haiti. You think say it's a coincidence that it is a French colony? You think say it's a coincidence that countries now that was governed by the British throne is talking about having them republic, make them move from colony to republic, move from the king? There's something that is moving in the atmosphere that is causing damage to the colonial master system. And it's going to continue Because you have some little puppet still in Africa there, where feel say, them can't do without Europe. Because we as black people can't govern ourselves. Because there's so much corruption. The African them, including the Caribbean, yeah, including Jamaica, where Jamaica is one of the most corrupt of all the Caribbean islands. Them. When we look upon the corruption, these black people who govern Jamaica have a European mentality. It stretched from here so to we don't know which part it stretched from. And we have to recognize that. So it's just some breadfruit, roast breadfruit around the place. Roast breadfruit. You know what I mean by roast breadfruit? Roast a breadfruit and see what happens when you look on it outside. It's black like what, but cut it and see what's inside it. You know, there's a group in a Nigeria named Boko Haram. You know what it means? Western education is a sin. Western Boko Haram, Western education is a system, is a sin. That is what it means. The man them reject all of the Western things them that them confronted with. All. And sometimes when you hear some things that go on in some African country, and you say, why African them wicked and cruel and this and that? Who caused it? How did it happen? Why what is happening in the French-speaking countries now, including Haiti, including Haiti we are talking about? Why is it happening? You think say all of these African countries, you say the people them do have no sense. You say the people them are idiot and stupid. We are surrounded by ideologies and forms of government that is not we. And the more we try to implement these forms, the more we try to implement these religious beliefs, the more we try to eat like them, the more we try to dress like them, is the more we find ourselves digging a pit. And we're going deep and deep and don't even realize it. As a matter of fact, we start to love it. We start to love it. You ever talk about all right about the Stockholm Syndrome? The Stockholm Syndrome is that idea that tells us that when a man kidnaps somebody, the kidnapped person starts to love and like the kidnapper. That's what you call it, Stockholm Syndrome. Go look for it now, whatsoever you look for it. We was kidnapped. And for 500 years, them have we also. And we start to like our kidnappers. As a matter of fact, we start to love them so much that we will die for them. And we are dying for them. You know why we say we are dying for them? Check the gun them where we have. Where we use and kill one another. Who make them? Check the food where we are eat. We are kill everyone. Who we get it from? The ways and conditions of what we eat when we eat. Breakfast, lunch and dinner and in between. Who give us those ideas? The religion that we use and claim so we're looking for a better place in the sky that we can't enjoy now but after we die.
The informative information presented in this video is motivational and is positively aimed at inspiring, educating and entertaining the viewers with the cutting edge of critical reasoning. If you enjoy the contents on the Black Radar YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to show your support.
This is mutabaruka. We want to present to you a wholesome kind of level of consciousness right now. So subscribe and tell your friend them. This is mutabaruka.